What makes some older men strangely attractive? It's not money, it's not looks, and it's definitely not trying. In fact, the more they stop chasing, the more they stand out. Most men spend their lives trying to be noticed, talking more, showing more, proving more. But something changes with age. The men who become truly attractive do the exact opposite. They become quieter, more controlled, more selective. And that's where the real power begins. Today, we are going to explore the profound psychological shift that occurs when a man steps off the treadmill of pursuit. We will break down the 6 pillars of presence that make a senior man biologically and sociologically magnetic. Welcome to the sanctuary of the silent man. Section number 1, the gravity of composed silence. We live in an age of noise. People speak simply to prove they exist. When a young man is interested in a woman, he talks. He talks about his job, his car, his ambitions. He's pitching a sale. The sovereign senior understands that silence has mass. Like a black hole, composed silence has a gravitational pull. When he does not rush to fill the quiet moments, when he looks at a woman and simply smiles, holding eye contact without feeling the need to entertain her, he creates tension. This tension is intoxicating. She begins to wonder, what is he thinking? Why isn't he trying to impress me? Because he isn't broadcasting his every thought, he becomes a mystery. And human beings are biologically wired to obsess over mysteries. His silence suggests a deep internal peace. It says, I am secure in who I am. I do not need my voice to echo off the walls to know I am here. Section number 2, quiet authority. There is a massive difference between dominance and authority. Dominance is a young man's game. It requires force, volume, and aggression. It is exhausting to maintain. Authority is an older man's game. It requires nothing but presence. Quiet authority is the aura of a man who has managed teams, raised families, or built businesses. He is used to his decisions carrying weight. He doesn't ask, where do you want to eat? He says, I'm taking us to a great Italian place. I'll pick you up at 7. Women crave this. Modern life forces women to be decision makers all day long. When she is with a man who possesses quiet authority, she can finally put down the armor. She feels a profound sense of safety. He doesn't demand respect. He commands it simply by acting like a man who expects nothing less. Section number 3, the depth of a life lived. A young man's face is a blank page. An older man's face is a novel. Every wrinkle, every scar, every silver hair tells a story of survival. Women are highly perceptive to this depth. They know that a man in his 60s has survived grief, heartbreak, failure, and success. He has a reservoir of wisdom that cannot be faked or bought. When she talks to a young man, she is talking to potential. When she talks to a sovereign senior, she is talking to reality. He doesn't panic when things get hard because he has seen worse. He doesn't judge her flaws harshly because he has made his own mistakes. This creates a profound emotional depth. He can hold space for her complexities in a way that a younger, less experienced man simply cannot. He is not a shallow pond. He is an ocean. Section number 4, the refusal to chase, the end of neediness. This is the crux of the transformation. Why do we chase? We chase because we feel we lack something. We believe our value is determined by whether or not we catch the prize. The older man stops chasing because he realizes he is the prize. He has built a life he enjoys. He has peace. He runs the math. If I chase this woman, I surrender my dignity and my power. If I let her come to me, I retain my sovereignty. If a woman plays hard to get, he doesn't try harder. He simply lets her go. This absolute lack of neediness is biologically intoxicating to women. Why? Because neediness signals low value. If you are desperate for her, she assumes no one else wants you. When you refuse to chase, you signal abundance. Even if you are perfectly happy alone, that independence translates as high status. Section number 5, Memento Mori. Remember you must die. Youth is wasted on the young because they operate under the delusion that time is infinite. They tolerate bad relationships. They stay in jobs they hate. They wait for someday. The senior man has heard the clock ticking. He knows someday is a myth, and instead of making him fearful, it has made him lethally focused. He knows that his vitality is a privilege with an expiration date. Therefore, he refuses to waste his energy on trivial arguments, toxic people, or meaningless stress. He is ruthless with his time. When he is on a date or having a coffee, he is 100% present. While young men are distracted by their phones, checking their notifications, and battling their insecurities, the senior man looks a woman in the eye and truly sees her. He brings a depth of presence to the interaction that is magnetic. He uses his mortality as fuel to burn brighter and love cleaner than men half his age. He makes every second count, and that intensity is irresistible. Section number 6, Emotional Control, the Eye of the Storm. A woman's internal world is often oceanic, shifting tides, sudden storms, deep currents. It is a beautiful but chaotic ecosystem. She is subconsciously searching for a partner who is the anti-storm. If she is angry and you yell back, you are just another wave. You add to the chaos. If she is anxious and you panic, you sink the ship. The senior man has mastered his internal weather. He practices stoic apatheia, not a lack of feeling, but a lack of being controlled by feeling. When she tests him, when she is moody, or when life throws chaos at him, he does not flinch. He is the rock. He listens, he validates, but he does not absorb her panic. When she realizes that her emotional turbulence cannot break his frame, she feels an overwhelming sense of relief. She thinks, he is solid. I can trust him to hold the structure of our lives, even when I cannot hold myself together. That level of emotional containment is the rarest trait in the modern man, and it commands absolute, unconditional respect. So what makes older men irresistible? It's not what they add, it's what they remove. They remove the noise, the neediness, the insecurity. And what's left is clarity, control, and presence. He didn't try to become attractive. He stopped being average. He stopped trying to prove he was a man and simply became one. And when a man feels complete, he doesn't chase. He chooses. If you're learning to become this kind of man, subscribe. Because most men never reach this level. But they all wish they did. Case closed.